Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Minecraft Bedrock Survival. In today's episode we are finally going to have a look at pulse extenders. I've been talking about them for the past 2 episodes but we never got round to actually looking at them. Now, in a previous episode, I showed you my concept for the automatic train line selector, and it used some massive pulse extenders that were just there as temporary. I will actually add as well, since I've made that video, I have compacted it down massively. But I'm going to show you today the compact pulse extenders that I discussed in the other episodes. So I'm going to show you some older ones, like the larger ones, and how long they can go for, and some of the problems with those. And then I'm going to show you a compact one that used to work, followed by my sort of redone version of that. So let's head on over to our redstone testing warehouse. We'll go via our storage system downstairs. See if I can get any flight. Yep, there we go. And we'll head on over to the redstone testing warehouse. And we're going to start off today on the outside, where I have a set of different length pulse extenders. So what we have here is we've got just a short one with 4 comparators. I should say all of these are made out of comparators. So you have one track going up this way, it turns around and it comes back. And this one here is like half the length of that one there, and then we can make them larger and larger, but when we get to certain sizes they become very difficult to operate, but I'll explain that in a moment. I'll show you an example here. I suppose, well, let's have a look at, if we just press the button here and if you look at the charge going down there, you see there it only goes as long as the button is activated, so that's just a quick pulse there. And what we have here then, we have our little 4-1 and a single output to a light. And you see that just takes a brief moment and it's slowly down, like signal slowly drops and then the light goes out. Now this one here, you can see there, once it charges up, it stays on for, well, twice the length of that one there. So if I trigger both of these at the same time, you'll be able to watch the first one diminish, and then the second one diminishes about the same sort of time there. Now, moving on, we have larger ones. All these sort of ones, they're all well and good, except they do take up a mass amount of space, and these ones have a slight problem when you get to excessive lengths, which I'll show you here if I just flick that on. Oh, there was a bit of lag there, but you'll see what's happening here is it's the power signal is looping around. Now, unless that's actually what you want, and you want a little flashing light like that goes on for however many seconds that is, then that's brilliant. But if you're wanting a continuous signal from your one click from a button, you need to what I put is a little starter motor. You know, like the old fluorescent tubes have a little starter motor. So we have one pulse extender which holds the pulse long enough for the charge to build up in this side here. So if I just tap that, and you'll see there that's stayed active, and that one over there, because these two are the same length. That one's doing its little disco light and this one is staying steady, and it will go out just a moment after that one as well. There we go, just a brief couple of seconds after. So let's just charge those two up again, and you see there it's slowly diminishing. We're getting the flashing disco light on the other side, and it's still going. There we go. And then a moment later that one there turns out. So that's how you do a larger one, but these are incredibly bulky, and if you get the timing wrong it means that you may have to rejig your entire redstone project, because you might have to extend even further. I'll just activate all of them at once so you can see them all go. Let's see if we've got everything in frame there. So we've got the 2, 4, sorry, the 2, the 4 and the 8 length one, and then an 8 with a starter motor on. So let's see, you can see all the lights that just in frame there. It's handy having an ultra wide screen. So I'll activate that there, and you should see the small one go off, and then the next one, and then we're just waiting for the double time again for the other one there. There we go, that one goes out, and then this one goes out. So that's the basics of a pulse extender, just for like a basic quick one. Now we're going to go to a compact version, which is a lot more efficient. Okay, so inside our redstone testing warehouse, we have a few different, well actually we have two different models just laid out in different styles. We have of course a cross-section one, which we can see that just on dirt, so you can see where it is. The one that we're actually going to have a closer examination of. And this one here that I'll show you, this is a really compact one. However, it doesn't work. Now I tested this in Java as well, and it no longer works in Java, because originally I thought it was just a Bedrock thing, why this one didn't work, but I tested it the other day in Java and this one doesn't work either. This one was originally what I'd seen this one on, I believe the YouTuber was called CobblestoneAndDirt. I recommend that I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. You should go check out his videos, because he does some good videos there. I've got a few things I've learned about redstone by watching some of his videos, but this one sadly, unfortunately, doesn't work anymore. So you have an input here and an output, and this one is really nice and compact, but the problem is these droppers. The droppers are facing one another, and sadly that just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work here in Bedrock. As I say, I thought it was a Bedrock issue, but unfortunately not. It doesn't work in Java either. So what we have here is our slightly larger version. So this is as compact as I can get it, which is just slightly bigger than that one there. Really it's just one extra block wide, because well, I suppose I'm one block high, as I'll explain in a minute. But the basic of this one is it's a hopper system. Actually, we'll look on this one here. This hopper has items in it. I'll tell you what, we'll just for the sake of demonstration, we'll take some of these out here, just so that it goes a bit faster. So you would have your input signal anyway, and the way this works is you have one item in a dropper, and when you send the signal there, that gets shot up. And the problem is why we have to extend this by an extra one is the redstone signal, at least here in Bedrock. I haven't actually tested this one in Java, but when you send the signal in here, it would go up and it would then have the power to then pass back down, but we don't want that, so we need to have that sent up by 2. So we've got a set of dropper here's, and they are both facing up, and then we have one at the side which is facing across. And what happens is when you press a button, this piece of wall gets pushed up by 2 to here, and it sits in here, and when that is in there, this comparator becomes active. And when this comparator becomes active, you need a little dot of redstone here, which is then going to take the signal from that, well, when this is charged, and it will turn off this redstone lamp, which will then allow the blocks in here to flow across into here. And whilst that's happening is, well, all of the time when this one's just sat stationary, this comparator you'll see is on, and there is an observer facing it. So this observer is waiting for this comparator to change state, and this comparator, that comparator rather, will change state when this runs out. And when that runs out, it sends this little redstone signal and changes its state, and it has an observer again facing into it. So when this observer sees that this observer has changed state, it will then send a little charge out of this redstone here and up onto here, and this will allow anything in this dropper gets pushed out into this hopper, and then that drops down to the bottom, and the system is ready to restart. The items then flow back through here because this light comes back on and it's charged, and the comparator here goes out, which allows this to come back on. So the items then flow back into here where they'll sit, and your output will end. You must have a little redstone dot here though. You can't have a, because this is your output. You see, I've put this in a separate colour because the white here, this is where everything just goes out. So you have from here, this signal comes out here. I've put a repeater here just to show that this is where the output goes. From there it can go anywhere you want. On this other design, I just simply popped, well, it's the same design, just higher up. I just popped the light up there just so you can see it coming on. So let's have a quick look here and see this active. So if I tap that, you'll see here that redstone's gone out, that's charged, this is running out, and then the light goes out. So let's just do that again there. So the light goes on, and that's our just showing our output works, and of course we didn't wait for the items to come back. Let's give that a second. There we go, so that'll go a little bit faster. Oh, sorry, a little bit longer even. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. So you've got an input. This is the delay block, so if we want to change the length of time that works, we'll just pop a little one in. And then you'll see that's taking a lot more time for that to process through. So this, anyway, this will just while that runs out, actually we'll trigger the other one as well. This one's got a full 64 in it. Oh, that one wouldn't have replenished yet. This is going to be a much better method for setting up the delays on our tracks in our train station system. As I say, I have compacted it down massively from the over-engineered video that I showed you the other day, and hopefully I'll share that with you soon once I've refined it even further. But next up, I'm now going to show you how to build this. It's really simple. You don't really need that many blocks at all. Yep, you see that's that one going out. And I've got everything that's in here. I'll tell you what, let's just grab a quick screenshot of that, and what I'll do is, as usual, I'll pop that up on my website so you can download that. These are all the blocks that you need to build it here, and this is what I've got here for the timer. That's for the item that's going to shoot up in the droppers. It is droppers, isn't it? Yep, droppers. I always get them mixed up. Here's our output, and here's our switch. And then we have our redstone repeater, which is going to be for the input. It's always best to, when you're dealing with droppers, to have the redstone repeater as the input. And I've got a few bits of scaffolding as well. So let's grab everything out of here. So actually, what is it we need here? We need 5 hoppers, 3 redstone, 2 comparators. I've used red wool, but that could be free of any block that you want. And you've also got there 2 observers, 3 droppers, and a redstone torch. Right, so as you can see here, it doesn't occupy much space. What have we got here? 1, 2, 3. Well, basically a 3x3 for the main part of the system. Then, of course, you've got your input and your output, which will be going from wherever. So we don't need that much space to build this. So let's start off with the droppers, which thankfully, with the old design, you would have to have blocks above, temporary blocks and stuff, so that you could face them into each other. But for this one, it's nice and easy. All we've got to do is simply crouch jump up and crouch jump that way, and then that's it. And then what we need to do is we need to get our bottom hopper. So we'll crouch again and put that facing into there. And then we'll put that one facing down. So you'll see there, you've got that one facing across, got this one facing down. And then you could scaffold up, or what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to jump, hold crouch, and then put that in there, and then that's that done. And then I'm going to put our one bit of wool in there. I'll tell you what, we'll do the input whilst we're here as well. So let's pop that there. I'll get the switch out of my inventory in a minute. So for the next bit, we now need to take an output from that. So we're going to build up just a couple of little blocks, just so we can get high enough. And I think this actually is the bit where I will get a little bit of scaffolding, just so we can get up a little bit easier. So from here, you want a comparator coming out of here to measure when something is in there. And then you need just a little dab of redstone just on there. And then from here, we want to place our 2 hoppers. Now these hoppers have to face into each other, so just tap one down quickly, and then we'll get rid of it. And then I'll come around this side, and you see there, those 2 hoppers are now facing one another. And we'll just put our, we'll just put 32 in there for now. And you see in the minute that goes to 31 because currently the items are being thrown back and forth between each other. So let's get our redstone torch, which I appear to have left somewhere. There it is. And we'll pop that on there. And then you see the items come back because this block is charged, so this block here no longer accepts input. And right, next up is we need a comparator coming out of here. And then we want an observer. Now to put observers down, the red dot will face you when you put it down. So if we come down here in front and we want to crouch, if we don't crouch, we end up inverting the signal from there, which we don't want. So we'll crouch down, pop that there, and then we'll come on top and we'll do another jump, and then that's that. Put that there, and then we will crouch and place that there. And that is it. Let's just pop our output there, and oops, we'll hit a button as well. So for the output, we're just going to simply put a light there just so that it's something there, but obviously you'd have a repeater there and it would go out. Just remember that must be a redstone dot. It can't be a repeater here. You have to have that redstone dot, then your output to do whatever ever you want to do. So let's pop that there and we'll give it a test. Light comes on, the items are draining, and that's it. Really simple. It doesn't require that many blocks. It's a shame that this one doesn't work because that's even more compact, but just having to increase the size. As I said, this works, there you go, it turns off as well, and then those items will drop back. It works perfectly in Java as well, as I've tested it in there. So yeah, that was a nice simple compact redstone pulse extender. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe. Keep a lookout as well, because this will be popping up when we come up to do more of our train station system. And once we have our train stations all compact, we are going to build some kind of massive railway network in the overworld here, I think. We could do it in the Nether, but I think I would rather do it in the overworld here and have some kind of like massive station. And connect all of our places that way. It is more efficient to go in the Nether, but I think it'll be more fun to travel in the overworld. So we'll be able to like buy our ticket from our ticket machine, pop our ticket into the train, and the minecart will just whiz us off to wherever it is that we want to go. But anyway, as I said, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to rate, comment, favourite and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.